It's been more than a year since the Toronto Real Estate Board lost its bid to keep key information about homes restricted. Now a home's sales history and how much other houses in the neighborhood have sold for is available online. It was a win in the push for transparency in the industry, but how much of an impact has it had on the market? Stefania and Ross Walsh have been house hunting for 6 months. They have a real estate agent, but say websites like Zoocasa have been instrumental.
Initially, we were looking at certain areas that we thought we could afford based on the listing prices. But then when we see what the house actually goes for, that sort of gave us a bit of a reality check.
A price is listed sometimes lower than what's gone for sale in the area, and it's clear that the real estate agent wants, or that the family wants, a bidding more. So the website helps us to understand what the real picture is of the house, the housing market, and just, I guess, what we can afford in general.
Last summer, the Supreme Court rejected an appeal from the Toronto Real Estate Board to keep home data under wraps. For years, Canada's Competition Bureau argued that TREB was engaging in anti-competitive practices. John Pasalis, president of Realosophy, helped push to get more information released to the public. He says it hasn't threatened the jobs of real estate agents, who are often still needed in the process, but it also hasn't brought down the sky-high prices of Toronto homes.
That's the one interesting thing I find. I find that even when people have access to information, it does not stop home buyers from ridiculously overpaying on some homes. So I don't know if they're just some buyers are not doing their research, or they're just having trouble of making sense of the value of properties.
Meanwhile, sellers can get a more realistic picture of how their home should be priced based on the sale prices in their neighborhoods. TREB maintains that releasing this information raises major privacy concerns, but agent Paul Raposo says he hasn't found that.
In the past, we were able to advertise after we sold a property with permission of the homeowner. We were allowed to advertise the selling price of the property. Now everyone has access to those numbers and those figures, and why shouldn't they? We're not here to hide things from our customers.
Now, Stefania and Ross tell us they wish the process of buying a home was less of a game. Well, there could be changes on the horizon that will level the playing field. Coming up, how the provincial government is looking to intervene. It's been more than a year since the Toronto Real Estate Board was forced to make home sales data more easily accessible to the public. Earlier, we showed you how home buyers and sellers are using that information, but industry participants say more can be done to level the playing field when it comes to how homes are transacted in the province.
It would be nice if there was less game playing when they were listing houses, rather than being whole strategic and attracting a ton of people to get into bidding wars.
Ross Walsh and his family are not alone in feeling like they're at a disadvantage in the home buying process, but things could be getting better soon. Earlier this year, the provincial government sought public feedback on the laws governing real estate professionals, which haven't been updated since 2002. The Ministry of Consumer Services told CityNews in a statement that it got nearly 7,000 responses, with 39% of them coming from consumers. There have also been calls for increased transparency from inside the industry. The Ontario Real Estate Association, which represents the province's 78,000 realtors, has made more than 24 recommendations to the provincial government, among them giving sellers the option to allow an open bidding process so that all parties know exactly what offers are on the table. For its part, the Toronto Real Estate Board's CEO, John DiMichele, says TREB has always supported the robust competition of its thousands of members. The Ministry of Consumer Services says it's currently considering potential changes to the Real Estate and Business Brokers Act to, quote, support a fair and competitive marketplace. In Toronto, Erica Natividad, City.